That sumbitch is tough as woodpecker lips.
The Southern Saturday Podcast.
Oh, well, come on, son. You couldn't whoop a pitcher of meat.
It's like giving your ears a big glass of sweet tea.
Come on, boy. Shit.
Drink up and enjoy.
Welcome to another episode of the Southern Saturday Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Stagner. If you want to see me do any comedy, you can go check me out at justinstagner.com, see if I'm coming to a city near you. And I have a very special guest today. I've been excited about this one, Mr. Chris Lynn.
Yeah, man, I'm excited.
What's going on, man?
Good. Finally get to meet you.
Yeah, man. I found your videos probably about 2 months ago. I found your videos, if that long, maybe a month ago. And the first one I ever saw was when that tree fell and you cut it down so people would have a right of way. And I just remember thinking that this guy's not trying to be funny, but he just is. He's hilarious. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I sent that video to everybody that I know, I believe. Especially all the country folks that I know.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, man, my life is just me living. That's the way I live every day. It just happens to be funny, you know.
You're right,
so
right.
I don't rehearse none of that stuff. I mean,
you can
maybe
tell.
one or two, but I'm saying if I do something like that, it's straight just the way I live. I mean, so it just happens to be hilarious.
What made you start videoing yourself doing it?
Well,
probably people telling you you're hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what I did. I left the job that I was in, and I said, well, I'm going to go to work in another industry. Well, I had signed an agreement. I didn't know I signed. But anyway, that led me to get on TikTok because me and my grandson was going, we're always into some old country stuff. We're doing something around there. I wanted him to have something to look at later on, you know. But anyway, I started it. He wasn't really into it, and then just one thing led to the next. I think what started me was when I started pulling stuff with my lawnmower, putting my boat in, and that's what I'd always done, right? It wasn't nothing new, you know. And people just, if I put that lawnmower on there, a skag, it's gonna get some views. I'm telling you, they love it.
Well, I think that people are enamored with the way that we live, you know, and to the things that are normal to us, to somebody else, it's almost alien, you know.
Yeah. And I get 100 probably messages a week. Man, your accent is just, you know, Siri. One guy said Siri needs to have your voice.
Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, it'd be good.
But a few of the people that I sent it to, you know, because I now in this life that we have, I have friends that aren't from the South, they're from wherever, right. And I'll send them your video and they'll reply and say, I couldn't understand anything he was saying, which is so funny to me because I have no problem understanding you.
Right.
Same thing with my grandpa. If I send a video, I've had my grandpa on the podcast before and stuff, and I'll send videos to people and they'll say, man, I'm not going to lie, I'm struggling. I don't know what he said.
I know it.
And to me, it's not you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to me, it's just like it's almost like I don't try at all to understand what you're saying.
That's right. I mean, like I said, a lot of people say, man, I don't understand nothing that come out your mouth. And most people say, I understand just fine. You know
right.
What I mean?
It's crazy.
So, hey, the guy that does that, write that down. You know him? Have you seen him on there? He did one of my videos. I think it was the tree video. He said, all right, write that down. And I'm telling you, that made my day, man.
It's cool, man. The stuff like that is what makes being on the internet worth it and cool. Is just like Stone Cold Steve Austin liked one of my videos one time, right. And that's the highlight of my life.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Just cool stuff like that getting to happen to you. So, yeah. I mean, how long you been doing it?
So I've been on TikTok for about a year and a half. I've been on Facebook for about 4 or 5 months now, I think, something like that. So
yeah, man, it's like we were talking about before this. Facebook, when it picks up, I mean, it's going to be worth it for sure.
I love Facebook, ain't no doubt. I'm telling you.
Well, Facebook's a hit or miss. You're either going to have, you know, the best comments you've ever read in your life, or just people making you feel like you don't ever want to make another video.
Yeah, I'll just have them look, say something nice, man. I dare you to say something, you know, because it seems like there's people out there, they just waiting on a chance to say something negative.
Yeah, but misery loves company.
Yeah, I push, man. I love everybody. I want everybody to win, and I want everybody to be happy. So,
man, I tell you, you can feel it through your videos because every time I watch one, you always in a good mood.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's how I do my life every day. It's just like I wake up. You can ask my wife. I wake up every day in a good mood.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's every time I watch your videos. If I wasn't in a good mood, it put me in one.
That's how you're supposed to start your day, no doubt.
Yeah.
That sets the tone for the rest of the day. So.
Oh man, and I ain't even
that.
gonna lie, I've been talking like you. Hey, somebody is saying something now, and I'll say, hey, ain't no doubt.
Everywhere I go, man, if I come in here, if I get out to that truck and head into a store, Chris Lynn, get up and do something. You know, ain't no doubt. I mean, it makes me feel so good. I'm telling you, when people want to take pictures, I love it. I run over there.
Dude, my whole family's excited that you came today.
I told a person the other day, can I take a picture of you? I said, man, I get to take a picture with you. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel about it. Really, I do. It tickles me. So.
It's great, man. I had to tell my family, no, y'all can't be here today because they're like, oh, Chris Lee's coming. I'm going to come to your house. No.
Oh,
leave that man alone. Let him come.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me, man. I'm telling you, I love it.
That's great. When's the first time do you remember the first time you got recognized out in the wild?
You talking about on the
for
on
a
the
video
TikTok?
where somebody saw you out in the wild and said, you that guy from TikTok?
Yeah, that started pretty much, and weird, it wasn't in my hometown. It was out of town. You know what I mean? I went to Boston with Ken Am to that show, and I said, nobody knows Chris Lynn in Boston. I heard somebody say, Chris Lynn, get up and do something. I look around, and there's a guy that owned a.
That's amazing.
It makes you feel good, like I said, that people say. But like I said, now I can't go nowhere in my hometown. But before, it was just kind of quiet.
Right.
But say in Alabama, or especially I go to Tickfall, Louisiana to Poker Run every year. Yeah. And I couldn't go nowhere, man. We was riding on the boat, and they was just hollering, that's that guy from TikTok. That's that guy from Chris Lynn.
And on top of that, like you have your look. It ain't like somebody's gonna confuse you with somebody else. You know, that's Chris Lynn, right?
Right. I'm distinctive. I'm telling you. But I got two brothers that look just like me. My two next oldest brothers. So we all, they kind of. My brother said, look here, you're going to start paying me if I'm going to sign autographs up in town. He's picking at me.
Do they sound just like you too?
Well, they probably don't have as deep as accent probably as I do. My next older brother, his name's Billy. He sounds kind of like me. My brother Joe, he owns a local four-wheeler shop there in town. He fixes everybody's four-wheeler all around. But he sits there, you'll never know he's in there because he's so quiet, you know. Yeah. It's hard to get him to talk. But me, I'm just a talker, you know. I love people, and I love to talk to people.
Me too.
You know, I love to hear people's stories. Mm-hmm. You know,
that's why I started this.
That's right.
I started this to hear everybody's stories. I want to talk to everybody. I want to meet everybody.
That's
you know,
right. That's right.
And people think it's just a common misconception that people think that people look down on Southerners or whatever. They love us.
They love us,
everywhere I go, people love Southerners. They want you to talk. They want you to tell me this. Yeah. Hey, they might ask you crazy questions. Did you grow up in a box on the river? You know, right. But for the most part, they love to hear you talk there. Just like you pulling a boat with your lawnmower. They think that's the craziest thing in the world, you know?
I know.
And to us, it's another Wednesday.
When I get ready to cook, I'm gonna go to the back of the field, and my house. If you can throw a rock into the Mississippi River, basically. So when it flooded, I don't know if you see them videos. I drove my pontoon right up to the back door of my house. You know, there's a video on my TikTok of that. But anyway, and people just, you know, like I say, they love it. You know.
Oh yeah, I have. I'm not gonna lie and say that I've been following you for the year and a half. I just found you, but I've seen you laying in the tractor bucket. I've been seeing all your stuff recently. But my favorite is still where you cut the tree down before the county did. I just love that, man. Because you know it's in the South. Like when I was a kid. Whenever we heard like a hurricane was coming, people would get out there and get like a little bit excited.
We're waiting on to hear a tree crank.
I mean, they're dying for it.
You know, country folks have been waiting all year to crank that chainsaw. Yeah, and that was my time to shine.
And that generator too. They love it.
I'd have jumped on the counter if they'd have come down. I believe. Don't mess my opportunity.
But they ain't gonna beat you there.
No, I was in my front yard basically. So what happened is a guy was it was a Corvette out there blowing a horn on the road, and I walked out in front of him. Mister, I can't get out. I said, what? I got a meeting to go to, he said. And I said, just hold tight. Boy, I loved it. I got my chainsaw, went out there and cut it and got him on his way. And good time, because it's one way in and one way out.
I was about to say he was trapped in there.
Yeah. So that's how that all went down.
Man, I remember those times and like now I can't imagine now being excited that my power went out. But when I was a kid, I was happy as hell. I mean, we was gonna do all kinds of playing when the power went out.
Yeah, every time it floods down there, it floods the road, so you can't get in and out. Right, you can drive in to about a foot deep, and then you got a boat in. So I'll be boating in, and every time the news is sitting up there, and they'll flag me in there. Hey, you live down there? Yeah. you want to do a story? I said, I'm probably not the one to ask because I'm having the time of my life. And y'all want to, you know.
You wanted to be
how
down.
devastating. Yeah, how devastating
Not
is this?
at all.
We are having a great time. Yeah. They pulled up on my daddy in 2011, and daddy's sitting on the front porch in water about this deep. You know, he stays there. Daddy won't leave. He's down there right now. But they pulled up. They said, Mr. Lynn, you don't think about getting out of here? He said, I ain't leaving my house. You know, well, where you sleeping? He slept up on the counter. That's where he slept. I know, but it's crazy. It's country stuff. And the old guy, the younger guy said, we finna cut your lights off. He said, man, I come down the river on a houseboat in the 50 or 40, whatever it was. He said, I don't need no electricity. But anyway, it's just funny stuff. And the funny things country people do, right?
I love it, man. You was telling me some stories before we got on here, like every time you get an X-ray, your finger, you got it.
Well, so my dad accidentally shot me when I was about 12, and I get an X-ray of any other finger if I crushed it or anything. They say, hey, you got something in this finger. I'll be like, look, I want to know is this one broke?
I don't give a damn about that one. Look, these are stories you only hear about in the South too. My dad accidentally shot me.
Sure did it. And look, we were way down river, so we didn't have, but we had two boats, and my brother and them walked up because they was walking. And I down there had my hand in the river, and he asked me what happened, and I said, well, Daddy accidentally shot me. And I'm sitting there with my hand in the river because it was stinging, but it really didn't hurt.
Right.
And he said, I asked you what happened to you. I said, I told you Daddy shot me. Man, my brother grabbed me, left him down the river, brought me up there like it was an emergency, which I guess
like
getting shot is an emergency. Not well, it really was. It really was.
If that wasn't, then what is?
That's just like, yeah. Well, us, country folks, they tend, like, I cut that right there with a chainsaw, and it probably needed stitches, but I wrapped some duct tape around it and cut some more limbs.
I tell you, we used to go, and we still do every now and then, but we have some family members that are from a little bit north, and we'll meet them every year for like a Montana get together and stuff like that. And it's so funny to watch them. They'll get a little cut on their head or something. They'll say, I think I need to go to the ER and get some stitches or something.
Yeah.
You're
be
just
freaking out.
Oh yeah. Just losing their mind. And I remember, and then all of us are up there whispering to each other, like, can you believe they're going to go to the ER for that little cut on their forehead?
We didn't. It's kind of like the old ways, when the old saying about the light socket. If he stick his finger in there, he won't do it twice,
That's true. That's true. I still tell my son
we got
stuff
all
like
this
that.
protection. Yeah, we got all this stuff we got to put there when we have kids and all that. Back in our day, that way, like they take lead-based paint. I mean, I probably ate some on my crib when I was a kid. I'm still kicking, but.
I tell you, I tell this joke on stage sometimes, but I can't imagine now, because you watch documentaries about kids going missing back in the day or whatever. Yeah. I can't imagine telling my son now, just get outside and don't you come back in until it's dark.
My mama would threaten us with iron cornbread skillet. Hey, y'all get out there. I don't want to see you till dark or till your daddy gets home.
Right.
And then it was time to go down the river because we worked pretty much, We work getting fish all week and then sell fish on the weekends. We drive through neighborhoods and blow the horn. I was on the back hollering fish, man.
My grandpa, he dropped out of school in like 10th grade to sell catfish. Mm-hmm. And people think that's wild, but like he probably thought that there was no way that this would ever end. He would he'd be able to sell catfish his whole life. And then they had they said a truck used to come through once a month down in Pritchard, which is a local town here, and buy everybody's furs. Yeah. So they were living high. They thought they were hides. Yeah, they thought they were it was never going to end. They thought they were going to, make it doing that.
I tell people all the time, you could have bad grades in your report card, Daddy wouldn't flinch an eye. But if you didn't have that net ready to go down the river, your butt would get whooped.
I know. Isn't that wild? I tell people that. My grandpa goes to his dad to tell him he's going to drop out of school and sell catfish. And his response is, what took so long, son? You made it. You went all the way to 10th grade?
To realize?
I asked you in 2nd grade to drop out. Yeah. Well, what was you waiting on? It's wild. But that way of living's gone.
It's gone. And I tell people all the time, I'm an 80-year-old brain trapped in a 50-year-old body because I've always had an older best friend that I listen to everything they say, and I'm stuck in the old ways. I wish it was the way it was.
I'm an old soul myself, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I'm telling you, times are so much simpler. I did a video the other day about putting the front, they take the front porch plumb off the house, because we need to be sitting on the front porch. That's where people pass your house. That's where you wave, tell people, I love you. Come by and see us,
That's true.
So, yeah, I mean.
Nobody's sitting on the front porch anymore.
No.
Yeah.
the party in the backyard. You know, the
Right.
get-togethers in the backyard.
The houses don't even have front porches anymore. Like you said,
Like
even when they build them, you got 2 columns and that's about it. But
2 columns and a flower pot. That's about all. You can't put no rocking chair up.
no, you don't have that anymore. And dude, I remember being little because we grew up in trailers, and I tell people, I said, I bet you didn't know you could sell a front porch. Yeah. We've sold a front porch. Before. Somebody come get it with 2 forks on a tractor and take that front porch.
You know, that went out.
You build a new one.
Yeah, just like James Gregory said, a deck. Everybody would build a deck, you know.
Yeah.
That was the big thing. You know, the porch was gone off the front. You sell it, and then you build a deck out back. But, yeah.
That's exactly right. I tell you, those are so. If you're thinking back to your childhood, some of the best times that we had was outside or on the front porch. I don't really have a whole lot of childhood memories indoors.
No, we had a Atari, but we didn't. I don't know that we ever played it. You know what I mean? The phone was on the wall. It rang. Somebody might answer, somebody might not. It was one of them old phones. You had that dial. You know.
Yeah.
It was on the kitchen wall. But then if you got on there, a lot of time, you know, I don't know if you remember the party line. Your grandma will be listening across the field to you. Conversations.
I used to love when people's lines will get crossed. Yeah. Like you just all of a sudden be talking to your friend and all of a sudden 2 other people start talking and you start listening to them.
That's a party line.
My grandma had one of them old phones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the only time we used it was when the power went out. You know, because if you still use the corded phone if the power went out. I would assume you still can, but nobody has house phones no more. My grandparents, the only people I know still got a house phone.
I don't know hardly anybody's got a house phone.
Yeah, my grandparents are the only ones.
Back in our day, you know, there wasn't no cell phone. I think the first cell phone I got, I might have been 18. It was at Radio Shack, and it was 99 cents a minute. I made 1 call that month to make sure my phone would work. I was scared to talk on it.
That's crazy.
I had no money,
Because my first cell phone, I didn't talk on it either. Yeah. I just had it. Yeah, I don't even know why. Nobody called me on it. I didn't have anything.
Want to look cool, got a phone in my car. Right. Couldn't use it now because it was 99 cents a minute.
And that's a Radio Shack too. They gone.
Yeah. All of them's gone, man. It's so much. I tell people, man, we got to, you know, I love saying we got to come together and everybody like it used to be. You know, back in the day, man, say at Jitney Jungle when your mama went to make groceries, you know, everybody you saw in there, it might only took you 20 minutes, but it took you an hour because you don't talk to everybody in there. Now everybody pulls up outside and they bring them out.
I'm telling you.
And I asked my wife, I said, why you do that? She said, well, it's just so convenient, Chris. I said, well, you conveniently missed the opportunity to talk to everybody in that store, you know.
It's true. but she's right.
Yeah, it's convenient.
When my grandma used to take me to the grocery store, me and my brother would be in there for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
We used to go sit on the magazine aisle and just look through every magazine while she walked around getting groceries because it was going to take her 3 hours.
Oh, yeah. Talk to everybody in there.
Everybody.
And knew everybody in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I get it. You know, everything's more convenient. It's so much easier for me to turn on my TV and just watch whatever I want to watch.
Right.
But I used to love the feeling of walking into a Blockbuster.
Yeah. Oh, I did too.
And going over there, even whenever they didn't have the movie you wanted, you flipped all of them over backwards and there was nothing behind them. It was just a
You walk down
feeling
each
you'll
aisle
never
10
have
times.
Again. You know that'll never happen again.
Just like on Saturday nights, me and my brother sit there and my brother cut TV. I go out and turn the antenna slow. Stop! You know, before you could get because we could get 3 and 12, but we could get 16 unless we turned the antenna. Now a satellite's up there with 4 million channels.
I know. Isn't that wild? And I guess even now, like whenever I remember when I first moved out of my house, I went and got a trailer and put it behind my grandpa's, like 3 acres above him. And I didn't have a whole lot of money, you know, and I wanted TV. And they're like, well, you know, the rabbit ears you get now, you can get 80 channels. I said, what?
Yeah.
It's channels you've never heard of.
Right.
But they're on there.
Yeah.
You can watch the movies you ain't never heard of in your life, the worst movies you've ever seen. But
that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, you had that big old antenna, couldn't get but 3 channels.
Exactly. Yes. Up there twisting and turning it.
You turn it one way till that wire got wrapped around. Then you had to go back this way to unwrap it. But we was trying to watch Junkyard Dog and them on the Mid-South Wrestling in Mississippi. That's what it used to be called.
Oh, yeah. That was back when they had all the territories and stuff like that. I was a big wrestling fan when I was a kid, too, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
It had everybody convinced. I remember my grandpa shaved his head because of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, he used to watch it with us, and he'd be like, man, that boy couldn't whoop a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like he believed it as much as we did.
Oh yeah, Goldberg was mine, boy. I thought for a little while, man, he done whooped everybody in the ring.
I know.
It's just is what it is, you know.
That sucker was big.
That was a big one. Now.
He had traps on top of his traps.
Yeah.
Oh man, those were the days. And even that, everybody gathering around watching the same thing on TV. I mean, that's pretty much gone. I'll find ourselves sometimes with my sons watching something in there, and I'm doing something on the computer, my wife's watching something else. Right. I do make it a point where we always, and it's just, I don't know. I think I did it without knowing I did it. I make sure we always eat together.
Right.
I always sit at the table together and eat. We don't eat in the living room or none of that, Yeah.
Well, it's got to take the dining room is about gone in these houses too.
Right.
I mean, everybody just eats everywhere, or either they eat out. Right. I mean, it was a rare occasion we ate out back then. It was a treat.
I never ate out.
And I seen a video where people are out and the kid may be crying, and they get mad because the kid. But in our day, one of the family members, the kid would cry, they'd pick it up. And if it wouldn't quit crying quick enough, they'd go outside and they'd calm it down. Or maybe the person down 4 tables would come, let me get that kid. You finish eating, And nowadays, I see people getting mad. I don't understand all that.
I don't either. I don't either.
They don't. I love kids. I love animals. Well, like I say, I love everybody. I'm just saying, a kid to me, everywhere I go, I'm gonna smile and I'll be in Walmart. Michelle said, "Folks don't think you trying to snatch the kid because I'll be running up to them and I love it."
That's good though. You know, we need more of that.
Yeah.
Without the snatching of the kids.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Because I remember when I was a kid, anywhere that my grandparents took me, it seemed like every adult played with me and messed with me. If I went in the country store, they'd jab at me or mess with me. And then you go to Dale Champs, which was our local grocery store. Everybody in there is messing with you.
Yeah, we hung out in the parking lot of Dale Champs back home. We got teenagers.
Yeah,
but we had a Dale Champs down there. Yeah,
and you don't see that a whole lot. People just messing with kids.
Yeah. And
you have to organize play dates and all this stuff instead of the days of just running over. No, when I used to wake up, when my eyes used to open, I would go find the other kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Just, and
that's
then,
what we did. Went find them. Come on out. Knock on the door or whatever. Come out. Let's go. Get on the bikes. Be gone all day long.
Yeah.
Now we're up inside and on games. I don't know. And there's truth. There's a lot of truth in it when they say your neighbor would get on your butt or somebody else would if you acted wrong.
Oh yeah.
Now everybody's so don't you talk to my kid, but
I think that's what started it.
Yeah,
that's what started the separation was people getting upset that other people said something to their kids because if I'm gonna send my kid to your house, you better get on to his ass.
And they better mine know he better act right.
yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, you better tell me if he acted out too.
Because growing up, man, I mean, we kids just knew their place, right? I mean, like the older generation be talking, you didn't dare go up in the middle of no conversation,
man. That's another crazy thing. I remember our parents would tell us, "Don't be around grown folks talking.
Yeah.
You going out, grown folks are talking.
There's kid stuff, there's grown folks stuff. So.
Yeah, and like we wasn't allowed to be around grown folks talking. And like I remember, I was telling somebody the other day, and I said, I guess the lesson that it taught us was that life ain't fair. Because I remember a bunch of times where you'd get a whipping just cuz. If somebody else was getting a whipping, you're like, whip mine too. I know they was in it. And you're like, I didn't do anything. And you'll know that you wasn't in it, but it didn't matter. You still getting a whipping. Yeah. And I guess that was a good lesson that just life ain't going to be fair.
Life ain't fair, man. I'm telling you. I tell my son, like I said, my oldest boy, my youngest one, I tell him all the time. My grandson, you'll see in some of my videos, that's my oldest son that passed in 2011, that's his son. So I got to give him his daddy's truck, and we're building it. And
wow.
Truck and stuff.
That's awesome.
Then, like I said, I got my youngest boy that does music and stuff. So
yeah, and how old's your youngest one?
He is 28.
Oh wow, how old are you?
And I hope I got that right because they're gonna call my wife's gonna call me out. John ain't gonna care. His name's John. I'm 52.
Oh wow, okay.
I know people say
I wouldn't have put you that old.
I'm 52. I was born in 73, in the 73 flood, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had my grandson is 15, so
oh wow.
Driver's license.
Yeah, I saw your TikTok name was Paul and Chance. Yeah.
That's what we started because we're always around there in the country doing something.
Yeah.
So we was gonna do it that, but he don't like the camera. Just don't
I get it. I got so many family members that just you know what I mean.
Yeah, man, we're always doing something. Like say, me and my grandson, we'd always building something because he loves to do everything country. You know what I mean? He's
That's
not
good.
like him. He's got two friends, and they're outside 100% of the time. I mean, they're never indoors. They're riding dirt bikes or digging in the ground or just building. It's anything. You know,
That's
other than
good.
being
You still
outside.
see it sometimes. You know, it's just not as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was telling, dude, I mean, back in the day when I was a kid, almost anybody that was an adult authority figure could whip you.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? Imagine nowadays telling somebody else, like, yeah, hey, I whipped your son earlier. You're probably going to jail.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So a kid DJ, I think, would be glad to run home and tell, hey, he said something to me or he whooped me. Back in our day, if one of us whooped, we knew he was going to be in double trouble. So we prayed they didn't call our mom and daddy because it was going to be double.
Exactly, man. And I try to do my son that way because, like, we used to. You'd get whipped for tattling too.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They didn't want you.
That's right.
I'm
gonna give you something to tattle about.
I'll tell my son all the time. Don't you be no damn tattletale now.
No, I'm telling you, I ain't no doubt about it. Yep, she ready.
Yeah, I know. I had to get up and let her in here for y'all that are watching. Our little puppy, she's 8 months old, and she's a little bit of a menace. She's a little bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, we just got that little Bernie doodle. That thing is sleeping.
I saw that.
My wife's got it sleeping right there in the bed with us.
How it looked like a little puppy.
A little bit. Well, yeah, that's the Bernie doodle. So it's a smaller one. Get about 20 pounds, I think.
Okay, so it won't get very big at all.
Yep.
Her fat ass. Both of her parents were 10 pounds, and she's already 17.
Right.
That bulldog in there, you would think that he would, bow up to her, but no, she just runs all over him. She takes all his food. She takes all his food, takes all his treats. She'll be hanging on his neck, biting him every evening. He don't care. Yeah. One time he bit her the other day because me and Courtney been sitting there saying, I wish he'd just bite her one time, leave him alone. Well, he snapped her the other day and she yelped, and she went back and I said, oh, he got her. And she just right back on him. I said, well, I didn't phase her a bit.
No, them small dogs,
she's got plenty of attitude. She had it from day one. The day they brought us to her, we'd hold her and then we'd sit her down and she'd go to barking at you like she was pissed off you would set her down. So she's been runt since day one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another runt. Nobody uses that.
But, I don't know that.
But the South.
I tell people, man, there's so many different, like I said, I was telling Justin, when I first started following him, everything he was saying, I done heard my daddy, my granddaddy say, like grounded. That's where we woke up at. We didn't get grounded. That's where we come to at. Ain't no doubt about it.
Oh, man.
I got so many different sayings, man, that I got from my childhood or older people,
And sometimes you don't realize that they're, odd until you say them to somebody that's not from the South. And I really couldn't believe that nobody had compiled them before me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I was the guy that thought of that.
The one. I'm telling you.
I don't.
He's the first one I saw.
I almost couldn't believe it, because you had people that had said sayings over the years for sure.
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy had said a few of them in his stand up.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe nobody had done like a compilation of them, and I owe my grandpa everything I have. I mean, that's who raised me was my grandparents. I lived with them my whole childhood. But he's the reason we got any of this is because those videos took off.
Right.
And that was just me imitating him. I've been imitating him my whole life.
Yeah.
I can do a really good impression of him. I sound just like him.
Yeah.
And then I made a video making fun of the way Courtney talked because she's real Southern. Everything she says sounds like it's been deep fried.
Right.
And so it did like 10,000 views or something. When you got 0, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that was cool. And I said, well, if they think the women, they'll think what the old Southern men say is really funny.
Right.
And I just did one, and a few local people was like, hey, that was really funny, man. You ought to do another one.
Yeah.
And I did part 2, and it went viral. Yeah. And after that, I was like, well, hell, I'm gonna write down as many as I can remember. Then I started calling him, and I was like, hey, you give me some that you know.
Right.
And then people will comment them, and then I started writing some of them, and
man, I'm telling you, I heard so many different phrases back then. Like I did a video the other day. I was tired of wrenching them cups out. Rinsing it. I was tired of. My wife's got all them Stanley cups. I drank out of like an old Pizza Inn cup or something,
buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, I told her the other day, I'm tired of cleaning them. She was video. She gets tickled at me. And I said, "Oh, see my cup. All you got to do like it, wrench it out." And then, boy, it went off. It took off like they say wrench. That's just the way I say rinse, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's the same with like wash.
Yeah,
a lot of
wash it
people
out.
say
Yeah,
wash
Yep.
it out.
And I can't. People pick at me how I say milk. They said I don't say milk right. So I put like a.
Well, how do you say bowl?
Bowl? Like
Oh, okay.
bowl,
You
yeah.
say bowl.
Yeah, bowl.
Like I've heard people say
bowl.
burl. You know,
Burl.
like stale cracker when he talks, he'll say burl shrimp.
Yeah. Oh, ball. Show how to ball them shrimp.
That's
Man.
a good dude. I don't know if you know him or not.
Oh, well, I hadn't met him yet, but
Man, I have to put y'all in touch. Y'all be two peas in a pod.
yeah.
He's a good dude.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can tell. I guarantee.
He was one of the first people that come did the podcast and was just good as gold. Brought me a big thing full of all his seasonings and everything. Just a good dude.
Yeah, I get people sending me stuff, man. You know, different season, and I don't know that I've had a bad season. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, a lot of people they mix all that stuff up, and it may be all close. I don't know. Some a little different than other, but like, shoot, they're all good. You know.
Exactly.
Shoot.
You do a lot of cooking.
Yeah, I cook at my house. So and I got my grandmother. I mean, my mama taught me how to cook. So I cook cornbread. I cook homemade chicken dumplings. I cook everything. My wife can cook, but I just prefer to cook. I mean,
that's how we are. But I'm not going to say that my wife can cook. She can cook a little bit. She's got 2 or 3 things she can really knock out of the park. But
That's
I do all
the way it is.
I love grilling. I love doing stuff on the Blackstone out there. I don't do much cooking inside. Yeah. Every now and then I'll do a recipe or something. But I love grilling or doing Blackstone stuff. You know.
Yeah. I love to cook. I can cook, like I said, just about anything homemade. Yep.
And that's just that'll probably eventually go away too. I mean, it's eventually going to be where hardly nobody cooks.
Right. And I know. Well, right now, everybody goes out to eat, right?
That's
and the
true.
Mexican restaurant is the go-to. I don't care.
Oh,
I say, where you want to go? Especially if you ask your grandkids or we want to go to Mexican.
You can be in the middle of the woods in Alabama, Louisiana, and you're going to a Mexican restaurant.
That's right.
Yeah. Even my son, he loves it. Loves Mexican restaurant. I ain't going to pretend we don't eat Mexican restaurant.
Shoot, I eat it all the time. And like I said, growing up, it was just a rarity if we got to go out to eat. You know, we cooked at home. We had a table. Mom was on one end, Daddy was on the other, the kids was on the side. You know?
I only remember going out to eat maybe 3-4 times my whole childhood. And we only went to 2 places. We went to Quincy's, which was the home of the Yeast Rolls Steakhouse, and then Cock of the Walk. Neither one of them places are around anymore. Right. They're both gone. Cock of the Walk, they used to take. Oh, you ever been to Cock of the Walk?
I think there's one in Natchez, though, I believe. Or there was one.
You could be right.
Yeah.
They used to take the cornbread, and they would take the pound of cornbread, and they'd throw the cornbread out of it, and it would flip up in the air 10 or 15 times, and then they'd catch it. And I thought, as a kid, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, when we was we had in Vicksburg, we had a place called Top of the River, and they specialized in catfish stuff, sit right on top of the riverbank. They had the first mini cornbread pans I've seen. They'd bring it out in that and flip it, like I said. So, Yeah.
See, I was so little, I don't remember. This could have been mini, and I don't even know it. You know? To me, it looked like a full thing of cornbread.
Oh yeah, well it might have been. You never know.
But then you think about how heavy that would be throwing that high. Maybe it was the minis. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I went to Myrtle Beach to play golf at I got invited to play in this Caledonia golf course in Myrtle Beach. I'd never been. So me and my buddy drove up there, and we're almost there, coming through like Florence, South Carolina, and we see a big old Quincy sign. Yeah. And freaked out and Googled it, and it's the last one left in the United States. And I tell you, they ain't changed nothing about it. It's still got the same electric green carpet in there. It looks just how it did in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I tell you, we ate the rolls, and we decided we'd bring some rolls home, and they're not that great 10 hours later.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they probably wasn't no
after
good.
riding in the car. Yeah. You could throw it through the window.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt about it.
So what do you ever plan, like, if you're like, because I know how my life is, are you ever sitting there like, tomorrow I need to film a video? Or you just wait till you're doing something and you're like, I'd probably like this.
Yeah, I did. I said, there's a video. Everything I do is a potential for a video, because everything I'm always looking. I'm a people watcher, right? So everything I see to me is funny, or either what I'm doing is funny. My wife gets tickled at me. But I like my family. I had 6 of us kids, big old family with just hundreds of cousins and all that. Well, my wife has one. She's only child. But she was totally different.
Oh, wow. So it's a culture shock for her.
Yeah, it's a culture shock. Especially if she met us, and we from the country, and she really wasn't from the country. And she said we was crazy. Me and all my brothers.
Man, that reminds me. My mom, she was from a country club family in North Alabama, and she comes down here and meets like the most redneck people she's ever met, which is my dad and them. And she said she'd sit there and she'd watch my grandma. Said my grandma kept walking over the sink. She'd turn the sink water on and walk off. She'd walk over the sink, turn the sink water on and walk off. And said she was so confused by it over and over, and said she finally asked my dad, said, "What is she doing?" He said, "She's chewing tobacco. She's
Spitting in the sink.
Spitting in the sink." And my mom thought that was the craziest thing. Like, it's already probably crazy to her that anybody's chewing tobacco, and then it's the grandma.
My great grandma had that old snuff.
Red Man Golden Blend, buddy.
She had a Clorox jug. She kept right there, and then finally, my mom then bought her a spit tune. But she had her whole life. She lived to be 90 something. That old Clorox jug cut out, she spit in it. And I always wanted 3 strips of bacon, an egg every morning. That's what they eat.
Like creature
a lot
habit.
of time we'll get up and get a nutrition bar. Somebody will, or get this, that, but not her. You had to go cook her, 3 strips of bacon, eggs. It's just like you said. That's a habit, and that's what they ate.
Yeah, my grandpa's aunt had a little, like a spittoon pot that sat, but it didn't sit beside her, and she had a big gap in the front teeth. I never met this lady. I'm just hearing this. I'm just hearing this story. Yeah, I'm just hearing this story. And he said she should put her 2 fingers up, and she'd never miss that spittoon across. Just you'd hear like a ting.
Well,
like,
you wish they had a cell phone to video that back in the day.
How you talking about a viral video? I'd make a fortune.
Ain't no doubt about it, man. Shoot.
But that's good. I wish. I love doing my skits, but it's so cool that your fame is just from just you being you. Like you ain't got to be you don't have to create a skit or nothing. You just get out and vlog your day real quick, and people love it.
A lot of people, like I said, I'm sure they rehearse. A lot of people rehearse a lot of things, but me,
sure. You can tell you're just off the cuff.
I'm just right off there, And if I wanted, the only thing that's maybe I rehearse is if I'm going to mess with my wife, kind of like when I laid up in that tractor bucket.
Sure.
I went down the river, scooped me some water, and I said, "Hey, come back here." I'm laid up in that. So you say you want a pool? She said, "Chris, don't start me." And then my son, like I said, Jay Walk, that does the music. He has a guy he done a song with, Fly Rich, where he left a big cowboy hat at my house, And I had that old cowboy hat on. That's where I got it from. And she's like, "Where'd you get that hat?" Because she didn't know he left it there.
Yeah. Tell everybody his name so we can follow his music.
Jaywalk. He's on every platform. He just dropped a new song called Twisted Tea. I mean, it's good, man. I'm telling you, like I said, he's made songs with a lot of different people.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Y'all go check him out for sure.
He is a songwriting rascal too. I mean, he can get it. But he can sing it, write it, everything.
That's good.
He's talented.
Yeah.
And I ain't just saying it because he's my son.
No, yeah.
Because you won't tell you even they bad. Oh, baby, that's good. But no, he's really talented, man, and I'm proud of him. I'm telling you. He's trying to trace his dreams, and I'm glad of it.
He should, man. He should, especially in a day and age where it's really achievable. You know, back in the day, it was a bit harder. You had to go through everything, record companies and everything else. And nowadays, you can get famous all on your own. You know, right. You can get famous all on your own. I live in Mobile, Alabama. You know,
that's right.
I didn't have to go to Hollywood or Nashville or anything like that. The days of having to go to New York or LA or Nashville, you don't have to. It's easier. It for sure is. You'll have more connections there. Yeah. And I still go up there from time to time to do things, but I can still, home base can still be right here nowadays.
Yeah, I just think people love watching, like you said, like me, country folk. You know, they
do
love watching, especially people from up north or whatever. They just like, man, look at this guy. You know,
you'd be surprised. You ever get comments to people in like Ireland or somewhere?
Oh yeah, I get messages from all over the place, and I get people because one minute I'm all over the map, right? So people say, well, you're supposed to stick to one thing on TikTok. That's what I heard. But I'm all over the map. I'll make you cry 1 minute. I'm gonna make you laugh 1 minute. I'm gonna be serious. I'm gonna be, it's just.
I tell you, it's hard. You hear so much advice from so many people, and then you just got to figure it out for yourself.
Got to do it.
Figure it out for yourself. Do what you like, and if it's already working, it'll keep working.
Just like it.
People can feel when stuff starts getting not authentic. It was, because you'll see people change, and
you'll see it change because they can't come up with. But see, my life until I pass is going to be these same.
Exactly.
So I'm good till I think because I think there's somebody out there wants to watch my story or my life.
Exactly. Then they'll continue to watch you be you.
People write us from all over. They said, "Well, I love your family," and then I had people that said I helped them, through some hard times. He said, "Man,
those are the best."
Yeah. That's the one that touched me the most. Like Chris Lynn, you just don't know, but I was laid up in the hospital in bad by, and I seen your videos. He said, you made me want to come back around and stuff. I had one guy said there needs to be a Chris Lynn Day in Mississippi. They need to give you the key to the state, and it will be called "Get Your Butt Up and Do Something Day." Because I always say "Get your ass up and do something."
I know.
I didn't.
You need some merch.
I know it. I got some. I got hats and shirts and stuff. And
good.
But I need to. I'm gonna redesign my Get Up and Do Something. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Because that took off. I first started out and I'd start my video and say, all right, people, so that kind of took off, but then not like y'all get up and do something. They love it everywhere I go.
That and ain't no doubt about it.
Ain't no
I
doubt.
tell everybody, all
doubt.
week this week I've been saying, hey, who's coming on the podcast tomorrow? And they say, who? I say, Chris Lynn, ain't no doubt about it.
Ain't no doubt.
I don't think there's any way to say your name without saying Chris and Lynn.
Yeah.
I can't say
Lynn.
just Chris.
I say Chris Lynn. I kind of run it together.
When I type it, it's just, it's all one word,
Yeah. And that's what a lady, she interviewed me and put me on the local, on Facebook for our local, our town news. And she said, what does ain't no doubt mean to you? I said, you can take it to the bank. That's
exactly.
Right.
If I tell you a duck dip snub, you look under the wing for the can.
Look under there. It's under that. Another thing I heard growing up.
Well, there was one more that said, if I tell you a duck can pull a truck, you just hook the sumbitch up.
That's right. I tell my wife all the time, you rather walk through the jungle with pork chop drawers on. That's what I mean. Just funny stuff, just stuff I've heard, like I said, growing up.
And you always say it because it's funny, but then I've sat down since doing this and thought to myself, who in the hell thought of that?
I know. Who thought that up, right? I'm big on who coined that phrase. In oxymoron, like jumbo shrimp. It can't be jumbo if it's shrimp. That's
right.
Oxymoron.
Right.
Can't be the same different, because if it's same, it can't be different.
Exactly.
Who coined these phrases?
I don't know. It's crazy. like some of the longer ones, like a nervous is a long tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Right.
Somebody thought of that.
Yeah. Who coined that phrase? That's what I like to say. My buddy said the other day, he said, I made him mad. He said, Katie bought her door. And I said, well, why she bought her door?
Right.
Well, I don't know, Chris. That's just a saying. I said, okay, well, why did that be Katie? Why would he finally said, look, man, we're talking to me. That's what he said.
That's like the people that you say they got more of this than Carter's got liver pills.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah, it don't make any sense. Tighter than Dick's hat band.
Yeah.
All of them's crazy. My favorite one that I've ever wrote is as busy as the dentist at a trailer park.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one I've ever wrote.
I say a lot. I feel like I've been shot at me and shit. And hit.
Shit and hit. Yeah.
And a guy was down at Tickfall, Louisiana, and I'm sitting down on the little old dock there, and he drives by on a jet ski, cuts it off, and he says, Chris Lynn, and he said that to me. I was laughing. I thought that was the funniest thing. So people listen, man. They love it, I tell you.
They do. They love our culture down here.
No doubt. And look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. People from up north I had a friend that moved up north. Well, his wife come down. She said, I just heard so many bad things about down south. I said, no, down south, we love one another. We get along.
It's true.
There ain't none of that. What you might think is not true. We all get along.
It's true. I went and did a podcast in New York City, and it was all New York cast up there except me. And he was like, so tell me about Alabama. They're like, are Jews okay in Alabama? And I was like, we don't even think about that shit. No. That does not even cross my mind. Nothing. I remember growing up and watching TV, and they would make a joke on South Park or whatever about Jews, and I remember being like, "Who the hell cares?" Well, I don't even know what it.
Don't even know what that means.
I had no idea. I had no people can talk about the South all they want. I had no clue about any of that sort of prejudice. Yeah. It did not exist. It still doesn't.
I tell a story. No, not down here. Ain't.
No,
one other. You would be surprised how many people talk to me every day. Just love to see me, want to take a picture with me. That different race than I am. I mean, just but love me, and I love them. I tell them in a minute. Shoot.
Hell yeah, man! I just love good people.
Good people. That's right.
That's right. It don't matter anything else.
And it's good and evil. I think in this world. I mean, it's not.
There's plenty of that.
Nothing else, man.
It's true.
Really.
Even the people that are different, I get along with them just as well. You know,
Yeah.
It's all about your intent. Where your heart at?
Where's
you
your
know,
heart at, man? Yeah, you're right.
It don't matter if you're different a bit.
Mm-mm. We did a little skit on that. I liked the little Lil Wayne story because when Lil Wayne, the rapper, whatever, you know, he said that hell, he had an Uncle Bob. He said he just didn't know prejudice. I mean, so he said, y'all want to talk about it, but you asked me a question. I didn't know it. He said Uncle Bob was the best dude in the world. He took care of me when he had accidentally shot himself or something. And he said Uncle Bob took care of him, you know, come see him in the hospital, you know, so, but I don't know, good story. I could relate, you know.
Oh yeah, but it's almost like people don't like hearing those stories. You know, it bothers them whenever like just like me and you saying that there ain't no, but we all get along down here. We love each other. People would say, "Oh, not," you know. Yeah. I posted a video similar to this. It was actually that podcast talking about how in Alabama we didn't care about stuff like that. We do not. And so many people commenting from up north, "Oh, that ain't how it is." I was like, "Well, I mean." What do you want? All I can tell you is my experience.
You know why they think that? Because they keep talking about it. If you every time you think a negative thought, if you would think a good thought or say something nice to somebody, imagine what the world would be. You'd have a whole bunch of...
Every time I make videos with my buddies from work that I used to work with, and me and Malcolm, we're damn near best friends now. He plays Jamal in my skits and stuff. Yeah. Anytime we do those like black and white type skits, people absolutely love it. They're like, this is what we need more of. I'm like, I know. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You want to end all that? Just quit talking about it. Quit bringing it up. Say something nice.
Right.
And I say in a lot of my videos, you know, it don't cost you nothing to change somebody. Like you can smile at somebody walking in a store.
It's
true. That person may be upbeat after. I mean, you know, you may just change. Tell them hello. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I told people when I went to New York, it's something that you don't think about. A lot of people like yourself, you seem pretty conscious of it. Every single person, if you passed 500 people on the street, everything that's going on and how everything matters in your life and how the weight of everything that you feel in your life, all 500 of those people have their version of that.
Oh yeah,
they've got just as much weight, maybe even more. Mm-hmm. You know, just as much hardships, just as much stress. Yeah. All that is going on in every single one of them people's head. It's not just a bump and excuse me.
That's right.
You might have just ruined their day, or you might have made it better. They've all got something going on. You know, every single person individually has got something going on. So stuff like that, when you get those messages like we were talking about, where they tell you that, hey man, I've been having a shitty few months, and just watching your video made me laugh. I had a guy stop me, a young guy working in Dick's, and he was like, hey man, he's like, he recognized me and he said, hey, I just want to let you know that, man, I used to send my pawpaw your videos all the time. And I said, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. And we went to walk off, but I could feel him still standing there. He didn't leave. And I got to go a pretty good ways, and I heard him say, Mr. Justin. And I turned back around and he come running down there. And he's like, man, I just got to let you know, man, you got me through some hard times. He said, I lost my pawpaw. And he said, you made my day. And I almost cried. I was just like, dude, thank you. I was like, I know that I've done something for you, but you don't know what you just did for me. I mean, the reason I make these videos is just for people to get joy out of them. It's not the money and all that is just a side.
That's right.
It's amazing to get it, but all I want to do, if they took all the money away tomorrow, I'm still making funny videos. I want to make my funny videos.
Ain't no doubt
I want people to laugh at me and have some joy.
Yep. I love it. I'm telling you, like I said, man, people, when I get ready, like I told you, I made a lot of people started following me over my lawnmower to Skag, you know, and I cut like 25 acres once a week with that son. So I'm Skag, Mr. Skag, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, but when I get ready to hook something, my barbecue grill, I got a big old grill, I got a crawfish trailer, I got a boat, I'm hooking it to the ball that I put on the back of that. And when I put that thing on there, I mean, it's going viral every single time. So people love that. They love to see it, you know. Just old country boy doing country boy stuff.
Yeah, right? Man. I'm happy for you, man. I'm tickled to death. I love seeing people that remind me of how I grew up succeed. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I was invited to a duck hunt the other day, man. I mean, not duck hunt, a dove hunt with TC Duck Club.
That's cool.
That I met off of TikTok, man. Went up to Alabama, had the time of my life, I'm telling you. And me and there was an older guy there, and he come pick me up. Mr. Keith went up on the hill, and my shoulder hurt bad, but I got a gun with a 40-inch barrel, like a shotgun. So it was the talk of the dove hunt. Everybody had to hold it, and everybody had to do this, man. But we got up there, and it was so beautiful over the mountains, and he started talking a little bit about God and stuff, man. And I I sit there and listen. Like I know in his mind, he might be thinking, well, I hope I don't bother Chris. No, Chris was all in, you know.
Yeah.
What a beautiful day, a beautiful event, you know.
That's like,
God give,
and all because we made these videos, you know.
Yeah.
I watched Duck Dynasty growing up, like it was when it was the biggest show in the world, and now I actually know those guys and get to go do stuff with them, and that's just unbelievable to me. All because I made people laugh.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, people like us, you like me, you can tell somebody's genuine or not, right?
True.
So they look at me and you, they know we just good-hearted country boys. Ain't a bit of prejudice and all. You know, you'll lose that argument if you go talking about Chris a bad person. I promise you. You're gonna.
Oh yeah,
they can come in if they want to, but.
Exactly. I've had some stuff said about me over the years that I just tell myself, look, if anybody knows me and they got some sanity to them, they'll see right through that. That's not, you can't pay it any attention because people are going to do it. They're going to try to drag anybody down. So
people are negative. I've had people say bad things on there,
yeah, but we just got to keep doing it, man.
Just got to
tell everybody where to follow you.
Oh, well, I'm on everything. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And you look up Chris Lynn on any of it.
Some of the best stuff that you'll watch, man. Some of the most genuinely funny, just country boy stuff that it makes me laugh, makes me smile every time I see it.
Yeah. And I hope my goal is that I wish I could, if I had to do it single-handedly, bring the whole world together. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And take them back to the 50s, 60s, 70s eras where you sat on the front porch. You saw people. You traded, right? So the term trade come from, we would trade fish for fruit. For the next person, a chicken for chicken for fish or whatever. That's just the way it was, and it was a good time. And people cared about you. They checked on you. So I wish we'd go back to all that.
I think we can. I think we can have the mix of both. You can have all that technology and still everybody come together. That's right. That's right. So maybe we'll get to it. Y'all go follow Chris, man. Thank you for coming. I had a blast. This has been so much fun.
I ain't gonna lie. I was excited when I seen your message. I said, Michelle said, hey. You messaged me, Justin messaged you. I said, tell him I'm coming. Tell him I'm coming. I just love the opportunity to be on the show.
No, man, thank you for coming. I mean, it was awesome.
Ain't no doubt.
It was awesome. We'll have to do something again.
All
right. Bye, everybody. Y'all go check out Chris Lynn. I'll tag all his stuff in the description. He's got some of the best content on TikTok and Instagram.
Yep. And y'all get up and do something. That's my favorite.
Ain't no doubt about it.
Ain't no doubt.